Hello, good morning students. In previous class we have already started with the new chapter ratio and proportion. In that we have solved questions of practice set number 4.1. Today we will see how to solve the questions from practice set number 4.2. Here the question number 1 we have using the property A upon B that is equal to AK upon BK, fill in the blanks substituting the proper numbers in the following. Okay, here first one we have 5 upon 7 is equal to, here you have to find the numbers. Here we have 28. Just find out the numerator. The denominator is given 28. So what we will do, we will find out the multiple or the constant number, that after multiplication you should get 28. If I'll multiply any number by 7, it should be, answer will be 28. Okay, first I'll take the ratio of this two. 5 upon 7 first I'll take. Okay, in 7's table the 28 goes. Okay, when it goes 7 4s are 28. If I'll multiply numerator and denominator with the 4, I'll get denominator as 28. So here numerator and denominator will multiply by 4. So 5 4s are 20, 7 4s are 28. That means the required answer is 20. The numerator will be 20 here. Okay, again we will take this and we will solve this question. So 5 upon 7, again we want numerator as 35. If I'll multiply 5 by 7, we will get 35. So we will multiply numerator and denominator by 7. So 5 multiply by 7, 7 multiply by 7. 5 7s are 35, 7 7s are 49. So the denominator will be 49. Okay, in the third one we have 5 upon 7 and I want denominator as 3.5. We know that the table of 7 consists of 35. Okay, 7 5s are 35. That means if I multiply 7 by 0.5, the answer will be 3.5. So I'll multiply numerator and denominator by 0.5. 5 multiply by 0.5 and 7 multiply by 0.5. 5 multiply by 0.5 will be 2.5 and 7 multiply by 0.5 will be 3.5. We have got numerator over here. 5 into 0.5, you can do rough calculation also. 5 5s are 25. It will be 2. Here decimal point is there before one digit, so put decimal point before one digit. The answer will be 2.5. Okay, let us see second question. Here we have 9 upon 14. The numerator is 4.5. We want denominator here. So first of all we will write the ratio which is given, 9 upon 14. Here let us consider that it is 45 and 9's table consists of 45, that is 9 5s are 45. Because here point is there, so we will take 0.5. So numerator and denominator will multiply by 0.5. 9 multiply by 0.5, 14 multiply by 0.5. So here 9 multiply by 0.5 will be 4.5. If I'll multiply 14 by 0.5, let us multiply 0.5 by 14. 4 5s are 20. 4, it will be 2. Take 1 0. 1 5s are 5. 1 0s are 0. Okay, here after before one digit we have decimal point. Put point here. So this will be 7.0. That is nothing but 7. In this way we have got denominator over here. Again let us see second one. In this we want 42. So the table of 14, is it table of 14 consists of 42? Yes. If I'll multiply 14 by 3, 14 3s are 42. So that means we have to multiply numerator and denominator by 3. So let us do multiply numerator and denominator by 3. Here we will get 9 3s are 27 and 14 3s are 42. So here we have got numerator as 27. Okay, if I'll divide this 14, then 14 by 4, then I'll get 3.5 here. Just see, 14 divided by 4 will be 4 3s are 12. 14 minus 12 will be 2. Take point here and then 0. 4 5s are 20. That means if I divide 14 by 4, then I'll get 3.5 as an answer. That means if I so numerator and denominator both will be divided by 4. So first we will write the ratio and divide the ratio by 4. Here we have already divided 14 by 4, that we will get 3.5 as an answer. The numerator will be 9 divided by 4. 4 2s are 8. 9 minus 8 will be 1. Take a point here. Then again 4 2s are 8. 10 minus 8 will be 2. Take 1 0. 4 5s are 20. So the answer will be 2.25. So the numerator will be 2.25. So in this way we will get the answers. You can do multiplication on numerator, but you have to do the same operation with the same number, numerator and denominator both. Okay, in question number 2, find the following ratios. Here we have to find the ratios. The first question, the ratio of radius to the circumference of the circle. So first of all we will suppose that the radius be r. So let us consider, let the radius of a circle be r. If the radius is r, then the circumference, we know the formula of circumference of a circle. The circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. So we have to find out the ratio of radius to the circumference. So first we will write the radius upon circumference. We have taken radius as r and the formula for circumference is 2 pi r. So this r and this r will get cancelled. So what is left? 1 upon 2 pi. This can be written as 1:2 pi. So in second question we have the ratio of circumference of a circle with radius r to its area. It is already given that radius is r. We have to find out the ratio of radius to its area. So let us write down. Let's write down first radius of a circle upon area of a circle. Radius is r and the area of a circle is pi r square. So this can be written as pi multiplied by r into r. So this r will get cancelled. Now what is left? 1 upon pi r. So the answer will be 1:2 pi r. So this is the ratio of radius to its area. So in third question we have the ratio of diagonal of a square to its side if the length of a side is 7 cm. So first of all we will draw a square. Let us assume that this is a square. Okay, the side of the squares are equal. So here all sides are equal and the side of this length of this side is given as 7 cm. We have to find out the ratio of diagonal of a square to its side. So let us draw a diagonal. We know that it is a right angle, so we will consider this triangle and find out the length of this diagonal. First we will find out the length of this diagonal. After that we will find the ratio. So let us name it as A, B, C, D. Okay, so in triangle ABC, angle ABC is 90 degree. So here we are going to use a Pythagoras theorem to find out the hypotenuse. So by Pythagoras theorem, here AC square is equal to, that is hypotenuse square is equal to this one side square and the second side square. Here is equal to AB square plus BC square. Now put down the values. AB is 7 and BC is also 7. 7 square is 49. Again 7 square is 49. This can be written as 2 into 49. This 49 is 2 times. So you can write 2 multiplied by 49. Here we have AC square. To remove this square, we will put a square root to this, to the right hand side. If I take a square root of 49, this will be 7. We know that the square root of 49 is 7. So inside the square root 2 will be left. So the answer will be 7 root 2. So we have got the value of the length of the diagonal. Next we will find out the ratio. Here we need to find out the ratio of diagonal of a square to its side. So we'll write first diagonal upon side. That is diagonal of a square and the side of the square. We have the length of the diagonal is 7 root 2 and the length of one side of a square is 7. So here the 7 will get cancelled. The answer will be root 2 upon 1. This can be written as root 2 is to 1. Okay, let's see fourth question. The length of sides of a rectangle are 5 cm and 3.5 cm. Find the ratio of its perimeter to area. So we have to find out the ratio of perimeter of a rectangle to the area of a rectangle. First, the length and the breadth of the rectangle is given. The length is 5 cm and the breadth is 3.5 cm. First of all, we will find out the perimeter of a rectangle. We know the formula of perimeter of rectangle is 2 into length plus 2 into breadth. The length is 5 and the breadth is 3.5. 2 multiplied by 3.5 is 7. The answer will be 17. I'll show you the multiplication here. 2 5s are 10, 0 here and 1 will be carry over. 2 3s are 6 plus 1 will be 7. So the answer will be 7.0. This can be written as 7. So 10 plus 7 will be 17. Now we have got the perimeter. Now we will find out the area of a circle. The formula for area of a circle is length into breadth. The length is 5 and the breadth is 3.5. So multiply this 3.5 by 5. 5 5s are 25. 2 will be carry over. 5 3s are 15. 17. So the answer will be 17.5. So let us take the ratio of perimeter to area. Perimeter upon area. Now the perimeter we have got 17 and the area is 17.5. So 17 upon 17.5. So here we will multiply numerator and denominator by 10 to remove this point, or otherwise to remove this point we can put 1 0 here. So this will be 170. This will be 175. Now do the cancellation. 5 3s are 15. 2 will be left. 5 4s are 20. 5 3s are 15. Again 2 will be left. 5 5s are 25. So here we will get 34 upon 35. This will not get cancelled by any other number. So the final answer will be 34 is to 35. Okay, in question number 3, compare the following pairs of ratio. We have to compare, that means we have to find out the greater and the smaller ratios. Okay, for this we will use cross multiplication method. So this root 5 will multiply by root 7. Root 5 multiply by root 7. And here 3 will multiply by 3. Okay. This will be 5 7s are 35. And this will be 3 3s are 9. This 35 we will write as it is. This 9 can be written as the square root of 81. We know the answer of the square root of 81 is nothing but 9 only. So we can write in place of 9 we can write the square root of 81. Now among this 35 and 81, this 81 is greater. That means this side ratio is greater than this one. That means this 3 upon root 7 is greater than root 5 upon 3. So we can write root 5 upon 3 is smaller than 3 upon root 7. So let us see one more example. Second question, again we will use cross multiplication method. This 3 root 5 will multiply by the square root of 125, and here 5 root 7 will multiply by the square root of 63. This 3 can be written as the square root of 9 multiplied by root 5. This we will write as it is. This 5 can be written as the square root of 25 multiplied by root 7 multiplied by 63. So here we will multiply 9, 5 and 125. 9 5s are 45 and 45 multiplied by 125. So this you can do roughly. After multiplication you will get 5625, the square root of 5625, and here after multiplication you will get 11025, the square root of 11025. Now among these two 11025 is greater, so you will put the greater sign for this. That means this root 63 upon root 125 is greater than 3 root 5 upon 5 root 7. So we will copy the question. 3 root 5 upon 5 root 7 is smaller than the square root of 63 upon the square root of 125. Okay, in question number 4, first question we have this parallelogram ABCD, the quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. The ratio of angle A and angle B of this parallelogram is 5:4. Find the measure of angle B. First of all, we will draw a parallelogram. A, B, C, D. So the adjacent angle of this parallelogram are given in the ratio, that is 5:4. So first of all we will consider that the measure of angle A and angle B is 5x and 4x. So let us consider that. Let the measure of angle A and angle B are 5x and 4x respectively, and we know that the adjacent angle of a parallelogram are supplementary. So here, so write down adjacent angles of a parallelogram are supplementary. Supplementary means 180 degree. So your angle A plus angle B is equal to 180 degree. So here the value of angle A we have considered as 5x and the value of angle B is 4x is equal to 180. 5 plus 4 will be 9. So it will be 9x is equal to 180. Now take 9 on the right hand side. So this will become division. 9 ones are 9 twos are. So x will be 20. Now we will find out the measurement for angle A. Angle A is 5x. So in place of x we will put the value of 20. So this will be 5 twos are 10. It will be 100. 5 20s are 100 degree. Same way we will find out for angle B. Angle B is 4x. So 4 multiplied by x is 20. 4 twos are 8. So this will be 80 degree. So we have to only find out angle B. Actually, this is no need to find out angle A, only we have to find out the angle B. It is already given in the question. We have to find the measurement of angle B. So let us see next question. Okay, in second question, the ratio of present ages of Albert and Salim is 5:9. 5 years hence, the ratio of their ages will be 3:5. Find their present ages. So first of all, let us consider that the present age of Albert and Salim is 5x and 9x. The ratio is given, so we will take one constant number as x. So the ratio of the present age of Albert is 5x, the present age of Salim will be 9x. So let us consider that. Let the present ages of Albert and Salim be 5x and 9x respectively. Okay, after this, what condition they have given? 5 years. That means after 5 years, the ratio will be 3:5. So, by given condition, okay, now what condition they have given? After 5 years, their age will be 3:5. Now, their present ages 5x and 9x respectively. So, what we will write? Their present age is 5x and 9x. Now, after 5 years means plus 5. That's equal to, after 5 years, the ratio will be 3/5. 3:5 means 3/5. So here we will do cross multiplication. This 5 multiply with this number, that is 5x plus 5, and this 3 will multiply by 9x plus 5. Now multiply this. 5 5s are 25x plus 5 5s are 25. 3 9s are 27x plus 3 5s are 15. Now make this, write down the same terms together. Now take this 25 on the right hand side and bring this 15 on the left hand side. First we will write 25. Now we will take this 15 on the left hand side. This plus 15 will become minus 15, and copy this 27x. Now bring this on the right hand side. This plus 25 will become minus 25. So 25 minus 15 will be 10. 27 minus 25 will be 2. Now take this 2 on the left hand side. This will become divide. 2 ones are 2 5s are. So therefore x is equal to 5. Now we will find out the present age of Albert and Salim. So what we have considered, the age of Albert. Albert's age, that is Albert's present age, we have 5x. So write down Albert's age. Actually it's Albert's present age is equal to 5x. X is 5. So 5 5s are 25. That means Albert's present age is 25 years. Same way we will find out the Salim's present age. Here the Salim's present age we have considered as 9x. So 9 multiplied by x, the value of x is 5. 9 5s are 45 years. So therefore their present ages are 25 years and 45 years. Okay, in third question we have the ratio of length and breadth of a rectangle is 3:1 and its perimeter is 36 centimeter. Find the length and the breadth of the rectangle. So here we will consider length and breadth as 3x and 1x or x respectively. Then we will find out the perimeter of the rectangle. After that we will get the value of length and breadth. So here first of all we will consider, let the length and the breadth be 3x and x respectively. So we have considered the length and the breadth of the rectangle as 3x and x. So here the value of perimeter is given. We know the formula of perimeter of rectangle. So we will write the formula of perimeter of a rectangle. The formula is 2 into length plus 2 into breadth. The value of perimeter is 36. So here we will write 36 and here 2 multiplied by length. Length is 3x plus 2 multiplied by breadth. Breadth is x. So here we will get 2 3s are 6, 6x plus 2 into x, 2x. And this 6x and 2x will be 8x. Now take this 8 on the left hand side. This will become division. Now here we will do division. Divide this 36 by 8. 8 4s are 32. 36 minus 32 will be 4. Take a point here and then 0. 8 5s are 40. So the answer will be, therefore x is equal to 4.5. So let us find out the value of length and the breadth. The length, we have the length of the rectangle is 3x. So in place of x we will write 4.5. Now multiply this 4.5 by 3. 3 5s are 15, 3 4s are 12, 13. So the answer will be 13.5 centimeter. So the breadth is x only, so the value of x is nothing but 4.5. So therefore the length and breadth of a rectangle are 13.5 centimeter and 4.5 centimeter. So let us see the next question. The fourth one you will do yourself, and I'll explain how to do the fifth question. If the product of two numbers is 360 and their ratio is 10:9, then find the numbers. The ratio is given. The ratio of two numbers are 10:9. So what we will consider, we will assume that let the two numbers be 10x and 9x. So here the condition is the product is given. Product means what? Multiplication. If I'll multiply 10x into 9x, the product of this two number is 360. So is equal to 360. 10 9s are 90. And x into x, x square is equal to 360. Now take this 90 on the right hand side. So this will become 360 upon 90. The 0 will get cancelled. Here 9 1s are 9 4s are. So x square is equal to 4. If I take square root on both the side, the square root of 4 will be 2. So therefore x is equal to 2. That means the two numbers, the first number we have 10x. So 10 multiplied by 2. In place of x we will write 2. 10 2s are 20. The next number we have 9x. 9 multiplied by 2, that is 18. That means the two numbers are 20 and 18. So therefore the two numbers are 20 and 18. Okay, in question number 5, if A is to B is 3:1 and B is to C is 5:1, then find the value of this given equation. So here first of all we have A upon B is equal to 3 upon 1. If I do cross multiplication here, this will be A multiplied by 1 will be A and 3 multiplied by B will be 3B. The one more thing we have, B upon C is equal to 5 upon 1. Again do the cross multiplication here. B multiplied by 1 will be B. 5 multiplied by C will be 5C. So here the value of B, we will put the value of B in this equation. So this will become A is equal to 3 multiplied by, in place of B, we will write 5C. So this will be 3 5s are 15C. Okay, now here we will put the value of A, B, C. First we will put the value of A. Here A is 15C. So this will be 15C the cube upon 15 multiplied by, in place of B we will write 5C. 5C square multiply by C we will copy as it is. Here the cube we will write as it is. So here we will write this 15C the whole cube 3 times. 15C multiplied by 15C multiplied by 15C upon 15 multiplied by this 5C square we will write 2 times. 5C multiplied by 5C multiplied by C. Now we will do cancellation. Here the C will get cancelled. This 3C will get cancelled with this 3C. Now this 15 and 15 will get cancelled. 5 ones are 5 3s are. Again 5 ones are 5 3s are. In the denominator we have 1 and in the numerator we have 3 multiplied by 3. 3 multiplied by 3 will be 3 3s are 9, the whole cube. So the whole, that is 9 multiplied by 9 multiplied by 9. So 9 9s are 81. 81 9s are, 81 9s are will be 729. So we will write here the value of this question will be 729. Same way you can find out for second one by putting the value of A and B in the equation, given equation. So let us see next question number 6. Here we have, if the square root of 0.04 multiplied by 0.4 multiplied by A, we have to find out, this is given, we have to find out A upon B, the ratio of A upon B. So what we will do first, what is given in the question, that we will copy. Okay, now we will take a square on both the side. So we will do squaring on both the side. So we will put a square on the left hand side and also on the right hand side. Now we have done squaring. Here the square and the root will get cancelled. Now what is left? 0.04 multiplied by 0.4 multiplied by 9. So here this we will write 2. This square of 2 will be 2 multiplied by 2, like that way. This we will write 2 times. So 0.4 multiplied by 0.04 multiplied by root B. Again multiply by 0.4 multiplied by root B. This we have written 2 times. Okay, now after this, this is A, huh? This is nothing but A. So now this root B multiplied by root B is B only. So this B we will take on the left hand side. So this will become division. So this will be A upon B. So beside this B, rest all we have to copy as it is. After copying this, you have to take all the numbers on the right hand side. This division, this multiplication will become division. So this will be 0.04 multiplied by 0.4. This 0.04 will get cancelled. 0.4 and 0.4 will get cancelled. So what is left? A upon B is equal to 0.4 multiplied by 0.04. And in the denominator we have 1. Now do multiplication, multiply 0.4 with a 0.04. Now just do multiplication, just see what we will get. 4 4 are 16, 4 zeros are 0. 0 4s are 0 0 0. Now what we will get? Now after decimal point, here we have 2 digits, here after decimal point 1 digit. Total how many digits are there? 3. So before 3 digit we will take a decimal point. So this will be 0.016 upon 1. Okay, to remove the decimal point, we will multiply numerator and denominator with 1000, because here after decimal point 3 digits are there. So if I'll multiply numerator and denominator by 1000, what we will get? Here 16 upon 1000. Do the cancellation. 2 8s are 16, 2 5s are 10. The 0 0 we will write as it is. Then again 2 4s are 8, 2 2s are 4, 1 will be left, 2 5s are 10, 0. Again 2 2s are 4, 2 1s are 2 2s are 4, 1 will be left, 2 5s are. The final answer will be 2 upon 125. So here the ratio of A upon B is equal to 2 upon 125. Okay, in question number 7, this you have to write in ratio form, that is x plus 3 upon x plus 11 is equal to x minus 2 upon x plus 1. Here you can do cross multiplication to find out the value of x. Try to do yourself. If you have any doubt, you can ask your doubts in doubt clearing section. So complete your notebook, solve all the questions or practice set number 4.2 in your notebook. Okay, till then, be safe, be happy.